We're doing Tara. Go. Aloha and Tashi Delay. This is Kauai Tibetan Buddhist Dharma Center on the island of Kauai. I'm Lama Tashi. We do this class every week, 6 to 8. And it is recorded and put on our website, kauaidharma.org. We have a new Zoom request that you have to get a password to get on Zoom. And to do that, you connect to Abby at aloha.net.
It'll be sent out in the message.
Tonight's class is going to be about Tara, using both the peaceful deity yoga and what we call the protector dakini of Tara, which is used for special applications and protections in practice to overcome unusual obstacles is the best way to put it. And some of it is caused by sorcery, some of it is caused by human involvement, and some of it is caused by spirits. Most of the program of Tibetan Buddhism is about redesigning the mind of conflicting emotions. So we have the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual situation of our body, speech, and mind. When we start to do Dharma, we're actually increasing the good health of all four of those applications of physical applications, mental applications, spiritual applications, and all of that is to gain good health with those applications. But the most important is dealing with the emotional conflicting habits that we all have. And these come from what is called the judgmental mind or conditional mind or relative mind. Those are all terms for what I call the drama mind, which everybody has. The Dharma is to take you into the other nature of your consciousness, which is called the unconditional, or the ultimate, or the clear is the best one. Clear of what? Clear of judgment, clear of emotionality. And how we do this is by using these mantras, visualizations, and codes of color codes and seed syllables of the deity in the Indian Sanskrit tradition, which is 2,600 years old. All of this comes from Shakyamuni Buddha, who was the original Bodhisattva on this planet. They called him a Buddha, and has been transmitted unchanged down to the present day. When using the Tara, we are using what is called the code of the 5 elements. And these 5 elements, like in Taoism and other traditions, are the basic health program of the universe, because those 5 elements create everything, and so therefore they're called the mother code. In Tibetan Buddhism, we use the term Tara, which means powerful wisdom mother in Sanskrit. And so tonight we're going to do that. And then when we get close to the end of the class tonight, I've been advised that we have to close off a few minutes before 8 o'clock. So we're going to do that. In Tibetan Buddhism, it is necessary to take refuge with the Lama. The Lama and all the codes, deities, as I mentioned, Tara practice, the 5 elements, we have like 100 deities in each of 5 applications. And all of that is merely to retrain the mind away from what we call subject-object duality fixation, which means I, me, mine, separate from everything else, which is how our thinking has evolved in the human condition. To do that with the guidance of a Lama, you can proceed to realize your own true nature and gain that realization in as short a time as one lifetime. Applying these practices, don't be in a hurry. There's no end to the consciousness. Only the human body wears out, and then you move on to your next life. So keeping that in mind, we're going to start the practice tonight with the altruistic motivation, which makes Tibetan Buddhism unique as a healing program. And it goes like this. In order to attain enlightenment for myself and limitless sentient beings, my mothers, we all together take refuge and, when possible, offer prostration. We go for refuge to all the holy lamas. We go for refuge to all the yidams, who are the deities gathered in our mandala. We go for refuge to all the Buddhas, those humans who have conquered the mind and gone beyond. We go for refuge to all this supreme Dharma. We go for refuge to all the noble Sangha teachers and practitioners. And we go for refuge to all the dakinis and dakinis, who are the protectors and defenders of Dharma. All of these possess the eye of transcending awareness, which simply means realizing your own true nature and how to use it. And the Bodhisattva prayer of the 6 disciplines goes like this. To the Buddha, Dharma, and this Supreme Assembly, we go for refuge until enlightenment. May I, through merit gained from practicing the 6 Bodhisattva disciplines, called the 6 perfections, accomplish Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. So those 3, the motivation prayer, taking refuge in the 3 jewels and the 3 roots, which are the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, Lama deities, and protectors, and practicing the 6 Bodhisattva disciplines, is the theme of all of what we do in practice with the guidance of our Lama Guru. The outer Lama represents your own inner Guru nature, your natural, free of emotionality, free of judgment mind. I'm going to chant these 3 prayers in Tibetan to communicate what we just said in English to the spirits which inhabit our body and the world around it. Dag dong jo nam ke ta dong yang pe sem shem tam che du di ne jun te chi si jai chu ning po la chi ki bardu. Then the refuge prayer. Alden Lama Dampa Nam La Chab Su Chio Yedam Chokor Gi Latso Nam La Chab Su Chio Sanjay Chom Dende Nam La Chab Su Chio Dampe Chur Nam La Chab Su Chio Bao Bei Gandu Nam La Chap Su Chio Bao Kandro Chokyo Some Sho Yeshe Ki Shendong Dempa Nam La Chap Su Chio. In the Bodhisattva prayer, Sonje Chodam Choki Chodam La Jai Chu Bardu Dagni Chapsu Chi Dagi Jetso Ji Pe Sonam Pi Jola Danger Sanjay Ju Par Sho. Without the altruistic motivation, which connects you to all sentient beings as if they were your mothers, lovers, friends, relatives, and so forth, from this and past lives, which they are, the Dharma won't work. Without having the the support of the 6 refuges, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, the Lama deities and protectors, these practices won't be effective. And without involving all of the Yidam practices with the 6 perfections of generosity, morality, which include ethics and good manners, patience, number 3, perseverance, number 4, single-pointed concentration using the imagination, number 5, that's called meditation, and number 6, directly involving yourself with your natural state of clear light, which is called your Buddha nature, your natural mind. All of these are to compensate for the pain and suffering caused by your relative, habitual, emotional judgment and tendencies that involve your body, speech, and mind. So we use that same body, speech, and mind to practice the Dharma, to transform into what we really are, Buddhas, enlightened bodies of light, with higher and higher states of awareness or intelligence, always evolving as we grow and develop. Tonight's practice using the 5 elements, 3 lights practice to start with, will all include taking these 5 elements and moving them into 6 emotional antidotes. And these cover all of the emotionality of the human condition. And they're all cataloged into 5 different spheres of development with 5 separate logarithms or programs. I'm going to explain each one as we do them as a peaceful application to transform the relative mind, and the ultimate the protector application to transform all obstacles into their antidotes.
So one is for emotions and one is for obstacles?
Yeah, so the main practice of the peaceful deities is for the elemental aspect of our being, which is, I'll start from the bottom up: fire, earth, space, air, and water. These comprise everything in the universe, including our body. Then these 5, the natural world, are connected directly to our innate nature of reality, which is clear of emotionality. And those 5 categories are, the first one is attachment, then transforming that, then pride, then we call ignorance, not knowing, then we call action, how to activate our body, speech, and mind so that it's working with the world around us and all the beings in it. And finally, that one's called, jealousy. And then finally, the category of aversion, which evolves into hatred, anger, rage, and so forth. Each of these 5 categories have 24,000 different, we call conflicting emotional energy programs in our human condition. And on the planet today, you can see how disturbing that is. So we're dealing with it. First, we're going to do the 5 elements healing practice using the 3 lights meditation with the breath. Sit with your back straight. Your hands in a comfortable position on your knees or in your lap. Head slightly tilted forward, eyes slightly open. Soften the gaze to the space and light 2 feet in front. Mouth closed, tongue resting against the palate. If possible, do this practice breathing through your nose. Start by bringing your awareness, your focus to your breath. The 3 lights prana yoga practice goes like this. As you inhale, you visualize white light filling your lungs. The absorption or middle breath is visualized as red light flashing through every cell in your body. These 2 are joined together, visualizing blue light exhaled out your nose to fill space as a powerful healing breath, which is the whole purpose of all of our practices. Heal ourselves, heal the universe around us, our environment, and heal all the sentient beings in it. Inhale white light, fill your lungs. Visualize red light flashing through your body, every cell. The energy of these 2 exhale out the nose as blue light to space. If you can, do a minimum of 9 of these breaths as a basis for the 5 elements practice. When you feel yourself starting to relax into a state of calm, they say calm abiding, take your focus off the breath and collect the code of the 3 lights, the white, red, and the blue, into a tiny particle of light and visualize that to rest in the center of your chest, in the central channel of your life force. Then relax for a few moments as that basic particle, similar to an atom, connects to the infinite light of the total boundless fabric of space, which is the first dimension of energy of our world. Space. With this as the basis and your imagination focusing on that particle, again, expand it to a tiny sphere of clear light. This is the second dimension of the energy of everything in the universe. Light. In science, they use the term particles or atoms. Keeping your focus on this clear light sphere, you have now entered into the 3rd dimensional world we exist in. As this small sphere grows into one of the symbols of the 5 elements, we will use that symbol for healing and apply it universally. Tonight we're going to start with the element of air itself. And we have these 5 symbols. The air symbol is a half sphere of green light like a bowl with a lid. Visualize it about the size of your thumbnail in the center of your chest, in what we call the heart chakra. Label this symbol air and understand that it is all 5 elements in one symbol because they can't be separated, but its application is effective for healing, emphasizing that element. Then visualize this small half sphere of green light labeled air to move out in front of your body and up before your eyes, 2 feet in front. Use your third eye, your visualizing imaginary mental process, to see it there, like this, but small. Then with your imagination and your focus moving together, visualize your physical form sitting inside this half sphere of green light labeled air for healing application. It can be room size, but it has to be like a tent, like a half sphere with a lid over your head, beyond your fingertips, beyond your reach. Taking the full psychic healing energy of the 5 elements into your physical form, just as you are. Now we're going to share it with the world around us by visualizing it expanding in size to completely enclose the city, town, island, or a large area of where we're doing this practice. Maybe up to 50 miles radius. Here on Kauai, we visualize this island of Kauai and surrounding ocean inside this half sphere of green light. Then to strengthen your meditation, expand it in size to completely enclose Mother Earth, including her atmosphere of air. This element not only keeps you healthy, but keeps you alive in the body. Expanded in size to completely enclose our solar system, all the planets and the sun inside. Keeping your focus and visualization, imagination together, imagine it to grow in size to completely enclose our spiral disc-shaped galaxy, 100,000 light years in diameter. Then go beyond the conceptual confines and imagine it to merge with boundless space. Relax your mind and contemplate space. It's the same space that you connected to with the particle at the start of the practice. No boundary, no center. Then return from this infinite dimension of your consciousness and meditate on the half sphere of green light. Visualize it enclosing again our galaxy. Reduce the half sphere to completely enclose our solar system. Smaller and smaller to just enclose Mother Earth. Then much smaller to enclose the area, city, town, island where you are practicing, maybe 20 miles in diameter. Then very much smaller to just enclosing your physical body, bringing the full life force of the entire universe into a healing application for your physical form. All healing practices on the planet are symptomatic applications for healing your body, speech, and mind. In Tibetan Buddhism, we use the 5 dhyana Buddhas to treat the cause of ill health. Then take this half sphere symbol of air and again reduce it to a small half sphere about the size of your fingernail, arms length out in front of your eye. Bring it to chest level and into your heart chakra. Reduce it in size to a tiny sphere of clear light and smaller to a tiny diamond particle. Then, like an atom, blend it with the clear light of space and relax. No meditation. Simply be present and contemplate the boundless fabric of space. This is the natural state of the universe and your mind. Developing your awareness in this way, bring that awareness newly developed to in front of your eyes, spread it into your place of practice, and dedicate the merit of this practice to all being. The result. In the Tara tradition, these 5 elements, fire, earth, space, air, and water, are the Taras. All of these 5 color codes apply to all the Taras in Tibetan Buddhist practice, of which the basic 21 Taras represent their qualities. Then from these basic 21, which are the qualities that you are developing with the practice, they evolve into 100 applications as the consort energy of the different methods that we use. Those methods are the 5 Dhyana Buddha practices, which we're now going to put into practice with this session. Starting on the path of skillful means, which is what the deity yogas are in Tibetan Buddhism, we entered into the clear light energy field of Amitabha Buddha, the Buddha of infinite light. Now this Buddha symbol represents our natural mind, and it is inherent in every human being. And when human beings take birth in animal and spirit worlds, and again in human conditions on planet, that nature of mind goes with them like a shadow. It's innate. And when used in contemplation or in meditation with the guidance of the teacher, a guru or lama, then the healing application that treats the causes of sickness and disease starts to evolve as a remedy. And how does this work is because the 3 basic functions of your body, speech, and mind are the functions of the lama's mind as the deity. And the lama and whatever deity practice you're doing are inseparable. And they represent the 3 jewels, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, the Buddha's teachings and those who practice. But they also represent all of the codes that we're using in Tantric and Sutra Buddhist practice in the Tibetan tradition. When we start with Tara, we start with the air element, just like we did with the 5 elements healing using the 3 lights. And those 3 lights, we apply to the body, speech, and mind with a color code of white, red, and blue, just like we did with the 5 elements. But we add 3 sounds. Om for the body, Ah for the speech, evolving, powerful speech, and Hum for the mind's remedy to all emotional afflictions, not just in ourselves, but every sentient being in the universe. That's called the Hum. These applied to your body, speech, and mind, this code immediately transforms them into whatever creation deity yoga we're doing. So tonight, those three will evolve into the seed syllable Tom. Tom is the green tar, and she sits over my left shoulder on the shrine behind me, so that you can see that to see how you visualize her in the peaceful mode, sitting and one leg extended. Then here I put a Tonka of Tara in the wrathful mode with the Buddha Amitabha above her head, which is how we're going to finish this session tonight. When you practice, you receive the transmission from the Lama directly at the start of the practice. To do that, you visualize the Lama in front as a representation of all of the lineage masters of Tibetan Buddhism evolving from the Buddha Shakyamuni down through the Indian and Tibetan tradition to the present day, and all of these methods unchanged. So this powerful lineage is infinite in its application. No one left out. Everything becomes useful in the practice. Everything. In this way, you remove the judgment of good or bad, holy or disgusting, I say high or low, or ignorance, which is the basic cause of all of our delusional activities. So we'll start with the transmission from the Lama's body, speech, and mind. Visualize the teacher, whatever teacher you want, Dalai Lama, Lama Tashi, any man or woman trained in the Tibetan tradition. From the Lama's forehead, white light enters your forehead. This is the empowerment for being the deity. Red light from the Lama's throat enters your throat. This is for the evolving of powerful speech of the deity, purifying your physical situation and everything you say, especially when you use mantra. Number 3, you visualize blue light from the Lama's heart chakra to your chakra. And this is the wisdom transmission that your natural mind, your Buddha nature, will develop quickly and blend with the results to all sentient beings in the entire universe. All the humans, all the animals, and all the spirits. These are called, all of them are called sentient beings. The 3 sounds that go with this code is the white light into your head, sound Om. The red light into your throat, the sound is Ah. And the blue light into your heart mind, your heart chakra, is Hum. Once you can see these 3 lights shining simultaneously from the Lama's 3 places into you, the 4th empowerment is simply the Lama melds into you. You think of this like natural, water into water. Then the 3 lights are established in your 3 places with the 3 sounds, Om, Ah, and Hum. Om for the body, Ah for the inner light energy of the body coming out in the speech, that's Ah, and Hum, the wisdom development of knowing what the symbol of these deities represent and how to use them. When you've established these three in your body, speech, and mind, and the Lama's body, speech, and mind becomes yours, you are now Tara. The three come together, the Om comes down into the Ah, into the Hum, and they turn into the sound Tom, which looks like a letter 5 with a dot over it. And it is surrounded by the Tara's mantra. Actually, it's this way, in your heart center. You visualize your mother in front and all sentient beings in the practice as this symbol of compassion, power, and wisdom. Elementally, you use it for healing according to the color code of the Tara. The Tara is green, which is the color code of the air, which was the half sphere we used with the 5 elements healing. When you see this sound Tom in your heart, then you project your mother in front as life-size, as you're visualizing yourself as Tara facing you. Then you project this rainbow body Tara to your father, friends, relatives, and all humans on the planet today, creating a mandala of light and light beings, which is the actual energy program of the world around you. Then you project it to all the infinite number of animals in the ocean and on the land as Tara. Then you project it to every spirit in the whole universe. And they are everywhere in this universe, in your body and in everything. Now you've filled your mind with the symbol of the green Tara. When that is accomplished in your meditation, it causes the heart mantra to appear in your heart as 10 sounds around the green Tom inside a 5-color sphere of light. So the Tom and the 10-syllable mantra are inside a 5-color sphere. All of this, if you can, about the size of your thumbnail. Tara appears young, beautiful, healthy, dressed in silks and jewels, right leg extended, left drawn in, right hand in the mudra of generosity, infinite giving, unconditional generosity. Left hand, thumb, and ring finger holding the stem of a beautiful lotus flower, which symbolizes taking birth in the human condition as a Bodhisattva. That blooms by your left ear, and it also symbolizes unconditional loving kindness applied to all beings. She has a 5-jewel crown, which represents the 5 spheres of healing of your emotional conflicting mind, which is the cause of all your pain and suffering, and everybody has the condition. Now we will apply the mantra of the Tara, green Tara. And we will use it in the mode of activity, action. This is called the karma family of the green Tara. Back straight, head tilted, hands comfortable, mouth closed, eyes open. See the green tom in your heart center and all the beings in your mandala, and everybody in your mandala is doing exactly the same thing you are. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Tu Re, So Ha. 5 applications. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Tu Re, So Ha. 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 Om The bell symbolizes the dakini with the 5 wisdom natures embedded as the vibration of compassion, power, and insight of the mother principle of the entire universe, which is unconditional love and altruistically applied compassion, nobody left out, to all humans, all animals, and all spirit. The Vajra is a symbol of the 5 elements and these 5 wisdom applications as the point in the center of your heart, which is what you started the practice with in the 5 elements, that particle. The sound of the bell is the vibration calling all of the Taras and all of the Lamas and Sangha of Tibetan Buddhism that do this practice worldwide, everywhere on the planet. It is the basic practice of all shamanistic, tantric, and sutra practice. Then we're going to do the standing Tara, which is a symbol of going into action. So her right foot was extended in the peaceful position. Now we're going to stand, and she will be holding in her right hand the bell, the lotus and the bell. And when you see these standing, she is standing green in color on your form. She is naked. She wears a 5 skull crown, symbolizing the 5 Dhyana Buddhas. And she is dancing. Your energy is infinite application of compassion, power, and insight to control all conditions that cause pain and suffering, which are your 5 emotional categories, all sorcery and hexes, all spirit and cause pain and suffering, and all pain and suffering that comes from practicing religion. And now you do the Tara mantra, adding the seed syllable Ah. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Ram Ah Soha. 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 Now we're going to call all of the dakini of the peaceful and dakini Tara into our practice. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Ram. This dakini hand drum is used with the protective practice to call all the dakini of the 5 Buddha families into your practice, but specifically the standing green dakini of Tara. Once you have this mandala of you and all sentient beings, the activity of the Buddhas is the standing Tara. So all Buddha activity as a healing remedy to the cause, which are these afflicting emotions, the cause of all pain and suffering, are pacified directly with the activity of you doing the practice. Whether it be the peaceful practice, green Tara sitting, Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Soha, or the standing dakini practice of the remedy of Buddha activity, which permeates all the 4 spirit worlds, all the animal and human world on any planet where animals and humans take birth. Then at the end of your practice session, you dissolve all those infinite sentient beings as green Tara, sitting or standing, into you as the central sitting Tara. Then you, as the central symbol of compassion, power, of insight, disappear into the mantra, circling the seed syllable in your heart. The syllables of the mantra, starting with the Om, one by one, disappear into the Tam. This creation sound and the 5-colored sphere of light contract to a tiny particle in your heart center and merge with the infinite light, clear light of the fabric of boundless space. In the present moment, relax. Stay present and alert. No meditation. This formal practice involves a creation stage of the mantra, deity, and seed syllable applied to everyone in the universe as a mandala of light and light beings, so that you understand that the universe is just like that, completely fluid. We call it rainbow body application. And this state of fluidity is simply the light nature of everything. You reappear as Tara post-meditationally in your worldly activities and in your dreams. And all sound is transformed into her mantra, Om Tara Tutari Ture Soha, or Om Tara Tutari Ture Soha Ah. The next Tara that we're going to do is the blue Tara. The one we just did is that we call the Karma family Tara. Now we're going to move into what they call the Vajra family, which means indestructibility of light itself. And this is your spiritual nature. The same practice of the color code of the way the deity appears, but she will be color-coded blue. And this green Tara was actually the antidote to jealousy with the Bodhisattva activity of everything that she did in the practice. The blue Tara is the indestructible nature of your consciousness. It has no beginning, middle, or end, and it has no ceiling into evolving into higher and higher states of intelligence beyond the conditional state. And that's called the Vajratara. She represents the water element, and the direction you are facing in all of these practices is east. Always orientate to east as the rising sun, south, north, and west behind you, and the center above and below. All of these directions are how you project your mandala. The seed syllable for this Tara is the Om Ah Hum into the seed syllable Mom. And the seed syllable Mam connects to the seed syllable Hum as the wisdom application for anger, hatred, and rage. This blue tar representing the water is the Vajra family of indestructible higher states of awareness. Once established, cannot be removed. So you use the seed syllable Mam, looks like a 21 with a dot over it in your heart center. The Tom is overlaid on that, and all of that is in a 5-color sphere about the size of your thumbnail. Inside, the Tara mantra appears. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Ture, Mam, Hum, Soha. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Ture, Mam, Hum, Soha. Your blue Tara, Mother's blue, all sentient beings in your mandala, blue. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Ture, Mam, Hum, Soha. 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 Om Tara, Tu Tare, Ture, Mam, Hum, Soha.
Tu Tare, Tu Mam, Soha. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Tu Mam, Soha.
Om Tara, Tu Tare, Ture, Mam, Hum, Soha. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Ture, Mam, Hum, Soha. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Ture, Mam, Hum, Soha. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Ture, Mam, Hum, Soha. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Ture, Mam, Hum, Soha. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Ture, Mam, Hum, Soha. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Ture, Mam, Hum, Soha. Now we're going to call all the Taras into your practice from all of the Tara practitioners on the planet. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Ture, Tu Tare, Ture, Mam, Hum, Soha. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Ture, Mam, Hum, Soha. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Mam, Hum, Soha. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Ture, 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 Mam, Hum, Soha. Then you go into the standing position of the wrathful Tara, blue in color, naked, and in her hand she has a damaru and a bell, calling all the dakinis of the 5 Dhyana Buddha families into your practice. Same mantra. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Tu. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Tu, Mam, Hum, Soha. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Tu, Mam, Hum, Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Ture Om Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Ture Om Soha. In the infinite sentient beings in your mandala, peaceful and dakini, blue Tara, all dissolve into you from every direction. You as blue Tara disappear into the heart mantra, Om Tara Tu Tare Turi, Mam Om Soha. The heart mantra disappears starting with the Om Tara, all those syllables one by one, into the seed syllable Mam. That in a sphere of 5-colored light contracts to a tiny particle in your heart center, blends with the infinite fabric of space. This becomes the clear light energy of your natural mind of voidness and bliss. Relax and stay present in bliss. No meditation. The creation stage of the practice was the seed syllable, mantra, and mandala of infinite sentient beings as the deity. That disappears into the clear light nature of your own mind, and that's called the accomplishment stage of tantric practice. You will reappear as that, as whatever yidam practice your teacher is giving you, or in this case, Tara. Always dedicate the merit of these virtuous practices to all sentient beings, your mothers, lovers, friends, relatives, pets, support. The next Tara practice we're going to do, evolving from the seed syllable of the earth Tara, which is called the jewel family or Ratna family. The basic element is earth, and she is gold in color, and her seed syllable is long. When you use the long, it looks like the letter Z with the one after and a dot over it. It is a state of equanimity or evenness. Everything equal. No judgment. No arrogance, no pride. From growing, developing, and evolving with these practices. Extend the seed syllable along with the seed syllable tram out to all sentient beings, your mother, as gold or yellow Tara. Once you see mandala of all sentient beings as this gold Tara, then you develop, that causes the heart mantra to appear. Om Tara Tutari Ture, Lam Cham Soha. So that mantra is the loving kindness, compassion, power, and insight of this symbol, and every being in your mandala is equal, same as you. Om Tara Tutari Ture, Lam Cham Soha. 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 Now the sitting gold Tara and all the sentient beings, as this Tara goes into the standing position of the gold dakini Tara, standing on your own body, and she has a staff with a vajra handle and 3 heads in her left arm, and she is holding a skull cup in her right hand and a hook knife in her left. Om Tara Tutari Ture, Lam Cham Soha. 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 All sentient beings are standing or sitting Tara in your mandala, dissolve into you as the central gold Tara. You as this symbol of compassion, power, insight, and loving kindness disappear into the heart mantra Om Tara Tutari Turi Lam Chom Soha. All those mantric sounds disappear into the Lam in your heart center. The Lam in a five-colored sphere of light contracts to a particle in your heart center and merges with the light of boundless space. This is the clear light nature of your natural mind, the antidote to pride, arrogance, and aggrandizement, which is the nature of all religion. Rest in the clear light nature of your own mind as a symbol of voidness, which simply expresses the infinite potential of your natural mind to accomplish anything that's appropriate. Sit present and alert. This accomplishment stage of tantric practice is also called the taking to heart activity of your natural mind, allowing all the energy of your visualization, your mantra, and the actual program, color codes, everything, to take you into higher states of awareness, higher states of unconditional intelligence. And there's no ceiling to that evolutionary process. Using these methods, reinvent yourself as the symbol of Tara. Apply it to all sentient beings post-meditationally, and all sound transformed into her mantra. In this way, you produce the outer world as a clear land projection of the clear nature of your own mind. And this is an endless application. Next practice we do is red Tara. We apply this color code to all sentient beings as red Tara. Her seed syllable is Ram, this color code. For wrathful activity is the standing red Tara. You have it? The Ram looks like this, a line with a straight line above and a tilted line under it, and a dot over it. That's the seeds of a Ram. It stands for fire, for the infinite energy of life that pervades space. She starts off in the sitting position, same as green, the blue, the yellow, and now the red. And all the beings, animals, humans, and spirits in the universe are this red sitting Tara. When you have that mandala projected with the seed syllable Ram in your heart center, then the heart mantra appears, circling the Ram inside a 5-colored sphere, all of that about the size of your thumbnail. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Ture, Ram, Kri. Kri is the symbol of infinite light. And that is the clear light energy field of Amitabha Buddha. And we will finish our practice tonight with that, the long life practice of that Buddha. So red Tara, Om Tara, Tu Tare, Ture, Ram, Kri, Soha, Om Tara, Tu Tare, Ture, Ram, Kri, Soha. It's a peaceful Tara, all the beings equal to you. Antidote to desire, attachment, and greed. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Ture, Ram, Kri, Soha. 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 So you're taking that emotional energy of attachment, desire, greed, and so forth, all of that, and transforming it into discerning that your natural mind of clear light is infinitely more precious than your idea of an I, me, mine, self, or soul in the drama world of the 6th realm, from heaven to hell and in between, all now this Tara. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Ture, Ram, Kri, Soha. 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 Om Tara, Tu Tare, Ture, Tu Tare, Ram, Kri, Soha. Tu Tare, Ram, Kri, Soha. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Ram. Tu Tare means swiftly removing obstacle. Ture. Soha, always increasing, applied to everything and everyone. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Ture, Ram, Kri, Soha. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Ture, Ram, Kri, Soha. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Kri, Soha. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Ture, Ram, Kri, Soha. Om Tara Tutare Turi So then she becomes a standing red Tara, drinking from a skull cup with the Vajra knife pointed at the form of your body she's standing on. So you are the now standing red Tara, naked with bone ornaments, 5 jewel skull crown, right leg lifted in dance posture. Om Tara Tutare Turi Ram Ri So. 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 And the sphere of infinite light around you is a blazing dome of fire springing up out of the sun and moon disk you're standing on. 18 petal lotus flower under you. Om Tara Tutare Turi Ram Ri So. 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 Ha. All sentient beings in your mandala as sitting peaceful or standing red Tara, filling all the spirit world, 4 categories. Heaven, we call war and war gods, deprived spirits and demon spirits, all Tara. Then all humans and animals Tara. All of those dissolve into you like rain into a lake from every direction. You as the central tower disappear into the mantra sound, circling the Ram in your heart center. As these 6 syllables dissolve, the Ram and the 5-colored sphere of light shrink to the particle of like an atom, similar to an atom in your heart center, and blend with the clear light of the infinite fabric of space. And this clear light mandala relax. It is the all-pervasive nature of your natural mind. And it exhibits as the phenomenal world and the beings in it. No meditation. Whatever arises is the energy of your natural mind, whether it be sensations or thought, experiences or rationalization. When you arise from this state of bliss in the present moment, the clear light nature of your mind again produces the Tara Yidam in your worldly activities, and the mantra transforms all sound into the energy of knowledge and wisdom. This is how tantric and sutra practices work post-meditationally. All the 6 realms become Buddha energy fields. Purified by your practice, your foot of meditation is voidness. Your head of practice is devotion. And the heart of practice is the practice itself. And finally, we come to the clear light practice of the white Tara, which is the Buddha family, or we say the Dharma family. It is the central location of the directions of our mandala. And she is young, beautiful, white in color. Same mantra, adding the Vam and the Om sounds to the mantra. All sentient beings are white Tara in your practice. All the 6 realms are purified as the clear light of space. And your energy is infinite wisdom in your mind and discerning awareness as your evolution in this development creation stage of the practice. Om Tara Tu Tare Ture Vam Om Soha. 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 This is the Vam in Tibet. White on a red sphere background circled by a 5-colored sphere of light about the size of your thumbnail. And the mantra circles it counterclockwise and the letters facing outward. As you say the mantra turns around this seed cycle. Everything is 3D in your heart chakra. Om Tara Tu Tare Ture Vam Om Soha. Tare Ture Vam Om Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Ture Vam Om Soha. Om Tara Vam Om Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Ture 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 Vam Om Soha. So, Tara Tu Tare Ture Vam Om Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Ture Vam Om Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Ture Vam Om Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Ture Vam Om Soha. Then you go into the wrathful dakini, chondro in Tibetan. Tara, white in color, standing, dressed in bone ornaments, drinking from a skull cup. Left hand holding a Vajra knife. Standing on your form, sandwiched between a moon and sun on an 18-petal white lotus. Surrounded by a fire dome of blazing energy. Om Tara Tu Tare Ture Vam Om Soha. Om Tara Tutar Ture Om Soha 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 Om Tara Tutar Ture Om Tutare Ture Om So Om Tara 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 Tutare Ture Om So Ha. Infinite space is filled with the white Tara sitting and standing. In the peaceful Tara or the Dakini Khandro Tara, all sentient beings equal to you dissolve into you as the central symbol of this mandala. You as this symbol of compassion, power, insight, and loving kindness dissolve into the heart mantra, Om Tara Tutari Turi Om, Om Soha. These syllables, one by one, disappear into the Vam. It in a five-color sphere of light contracts to a tiny particle, or can expand to the totality of space, your choice. Relax in voidness of space, the infinite potential of your mind and the universe in union. No meditation. When you arise from the accomplishment state of this white Tara practice, you become whatever color code element you need for healing physically, and whatever Tara, white, green, gold, blue, or red, your choice. And above your head, you visualize the Buddha Amitabha red in color, which is this Buddha. He's sitting with his hands in the meditation posture, holding a begging bowl full of wisdom nectar, the knowledge and wisdom of you being a Buddha, your true nature of the clear light of your natural mind. This is a long life practice. You visualize that the Buddha above your head, Amitabha. You're the Tara, whatever color code you like, sitting or standing. And we're going to say the Amitabha Mantra. And as you say it, the bowl overflows into the Uma channel and then back towards the back of your head, fills the central channel, and then floods your body with light through thousands of, we call nadis, light channels, running through your form as the Tara. Om Amitabha Deva Hari. 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 Now, as you are receiving this long life empowerment, then you think of particular relatives, friends, lovers, enemies, anybody that you have karma with, anybody that needs this kind of energy with the Buddha above their head and this same filling of their body. Mother, father, friends, relatives, whoever. Om Amitabha Deva Hari. 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 Om Amitabha Rada. Shri Om Amitabha Deva Hari. Om Amitabha Deva Hari. Deva means Deva. Body of light, rainbow body. Then Amitabha Buddha descends into that particular sentient beings you've been visualizing receiving the wisdom nectar, long life nectar, into that person's heart chakra. Then all sentient beings in space, same. Then you dissolve into the Amitabha Buddha's heart center in your heart center. The sea level is free, surrounded by a 5-colored sphere of light, and expands to the totality of the boundless fabric of space. And you rest in that state of infinite potential. Be present and aware. This highest state of discerning awareness is applied to everything in your formal practice and in your worldly activity. The more you practice, the more you purify your Buddha realm. Each one has their own way of accomplishing this. Purification of infinite potential. To put it into words, I'm going to read the dedication prayers given to me by Kala Rinpoche, my root Lama. It's how we think this in relation to all others and to our worldly environment. This first dedication is called the Great Being, the Bodhisattva of the practice. By the power and the truth of this practice and the great compassion of the excellent objects that we take refuge in, and the power of this merit and pure altruistic motivation, may I completely remove every misery of sentient beings who fill space. By the perfect virtue of this world and of nirvanic states of peace and bliss, may the hopes and desires of all beings fulfilled according to their appropriate wishes. May my own body, flesh, blood, and skin, and so forth appropriately benefit all beings. May the misery of all my old mothers, all living beings come upon me, and may all my happiness and virtue of practice be realized by them. For as long as I remain in this world, may there never arise, for even the instant, the thought of harming others or my environment. For the sake of all living beings, may I energetically exert myself, not slacking for even an instant. Those are called the great 8 thoughts of the great Bodhisattva. Then at the bottom of the refuge sheet, Ke wadi nu du da, chagya chempo du yerne, jo watching king malu pa, dei sala go parsho, sanjay kusu nempai jimla don, shoni megar dimpai jimla don, gendu miche dumpai jimla ki, chitar goma monlong ju parsho. By this virtue of having realized Mahamudra, or Dzogchen, may I quickly establish all beings in that state of awareness. By the blessings of the 3 bodies of a Buddha being accomplished, by the blessing of the truth of this Dharma being unchanging, and by the blessing of the wishes of the Sangha, that's us, being unwavering, may this and all dedication and Tashi prayers be fulfilled. May all the lamas have long life, good health, happiness, and prosperity. And may all their wishes be fulfilled. May all beings be happy, free of suffering, established through our practice in bliss, and become emotionally stable. Aloha and Tashi Dele, Duchi Che. Thank you for a lovely evening.